So look, I'll be honest with you. There's at least two main reasons why you're not making money driving food delivery. And I was just out today and these things happened to me, which is why I'm back here, because I basically wasted my time and didn't make any good money. So you're going to see these two scenarios happen live with me and my response and reaction. So hopefully, of course, you don't make these mistakes yourself and don't lose out on money on your next shift. So let's see what happened with situation number one in my response. And I do ask if you get value throughout this video. I would appreciate it if you drop a like, and I'll see you out in the field. Why, hello there. Welcome. I am on the heels of taking a big risk, and you and I are going to talk about what did I do and was it worth it? Listen, one of the biggest pain points when you're driving food delivery is fast food restaurants. Hear me out. It's either number one, the lobby is closed and you have to go through the drive-thru. And if it's a popular spot, then that drive-thru could be locked up with a ton of cars. Takes your time. Speed is kind of key. Obviously, we want to be safe and whatnot. But yeah, we want to be efficient, we'll say. And then number two, just fast food spots in general, maybe they're not always on the ball. At least from my experience, having done this for a while. They just might not be on the ball versus other establishments. So I got this order from a Wendy's. The dollars to mile ratio looks good. That's how much am I getting paid for the miles driven. Now, I'm not really out this way as much, but I got pulled out here and it's a super short run. The pay was pretty decent, so I want to take it. And it is 9:20 a.m. in the morning right now. Well, listen to this. So there's like no one at this Wendy's. So I park and I go to the lobby first. I think there was one car like finishing up their order when I got there. So lobby was closed. So there you go, strike number one. So then a car gets in front of me at the drive-thru. So I'm now I'm thinking, great, now I gotta wait for this other car to complete their order. So as the guy is at the ordering thing, the sign and ordering, a trash, what do they call it? I don't know. A trash truck? What am I thinking? What's the word here? The garbage man, I don't know what to call it. The trash truck, we'll call it, pulls in front of him because the bins are right next to that little ordering screen. So he blocks that guy from going further. So he places an order, but he can't even go anywhere. So the trash guy finally finishes and lets this truck go. So it's my turn. And then the voice in the loudspeaker says, "Hey, can you hang with us for a minute?" And I don't know if they're waiting for the trash guy or they're just like trying to catch up on an order. But it was another like 5 minutes me sitting there waiting for the trash guy. He loads something, puts it back, loads something, and leaves, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, finally. And that car is now behind me, and I pull up to I'm already at the little speaker thing, nothing. So finally, after telling me, hey, can you hang with us? I tell him I have an Uber Eats pickup for this customer. Get to the window, it's not ready. The guy that was in front of me is still there. Granted, I had to wait for the garbage guy. He's still waiting for his food. So I had to pull up next to their, front door for the lobby and wait even longer. And here I am. I'm way out of my hot zones. I'll get in, I'll move back to the hot zones after this run. But that's what I get for taking a risk, which was supposed to be a pretty straightforward run, a short run, and it was not. So welcome to this shift. I hope you enjoyed that story. Drop a like if you appreciate me sharing that story with you. Let me finish this delivery. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so to summarize what happened there with that wonderful kind of chain reaction, if you will, of problems with that Wendy's location. I mean, number one, there's nothing that you can really do that I had with that garbage truck example. That's just bad timing. That's just happenstance. Don't worry about that. But I did talk about taking a risk. I mean, I've said this before. It's with fast food restaurants. I tried the lobby, so now I know that that lobby might be closed like I saw today. But moreover than that, kind of think about trends and understanding trends. Okay, is this location, if I do give them a second chance, is it problems again? Because remember, they had me wait even after that whole garbage truck thing there. So think about that. Are you giving locations like a second, third, fourth chance when they continually have things like that happen? So yeah, that was fun. That was an adventure. So I want you to see what happens when you drive outside of prime time. Well, I was going to say let's learn together, but I want you to learn because I know this happens. You'll get things like this. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that okay? $7.44, 8.1 miles, and I guarantee you this is going to continue. So I'm online with Grubhub as well. You know, what I find is Grubhub is just not as popular, right? They got like 15% market share. So a lot of the times, yeah, it's going to be like not as much on Grubhub. So I mean, yeah, it's still breakfast time, kinda, but you know, I usually see my marketplace. Let me know if you agree with this down below in the comments. My market really surges at like 6:15, 6:30, like, you know, crack of dawn. First customers want breakfast, and there's not a ton of drivers out. 496, 8.4 miles. It's gonna continue, I bet. And then from like 6:30 until 9, I'd say, you know, 9 p.m. when people, if you're working a 9 to 5, you know, everyone's in the office already. They got their breakfast or they're close to starting their work day. Maybe they can't get breakfast. So yeah, 9:50, we're left with the very standard 1-to-1 runs, we'll call it, like $1 per mile. 434, 4.6 miles. Keep in mind, I haven't gotten anything on Grubhub during this time. I'd show you if I got something. Trip radar, $5, 5 miles. The new feature from Uber Eats, 6 other couriers looking at it, and you click on it if you want it, and if you're a well-positioned driver. Okay, here's a new one, $4.97 for 5 miles. The same thing, a 1-to-1. 8 other couriers looking at it. 29 minutes is not a good run. So with this new feature from Uber Eats, nothing but 1-to-1s. Nothing but 1-to-1s. 498, 5 miles. Okay, here's a Grubhub. Let's check it out. Better, $6, 1.4 miles. So I would take this. I mean, if it's dead slow, same thing, McDonald's, $4, 2.6 miles. Here's something that you have to remember. It doesn't matter the app, it matters the time of day. So it is 10 a.m. right now, it's only been a few minutes, but you have to think about what's even open. So we talked about, I mean, breakfast is kind of tapering off. What's even open after that? So I know, just in looking at different places myself, that certain places don't even open until like 11 a.m. Some sushi places that I order from, a lot of the restaurants don't open until later. Some of them, yeah, maybe 11 or so. So keep that in mind. I mean, you're limiting the places that are open, and then if you're not driving at a good time. I had some time, so I'm out here just seeing what happens, and that's partly why I'm out here, just to continue to verify trends and practices of what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, consistently these in-between windows have been as you're seeing here. So I don't think it's gonna get any better. Okay, situation number 2 that I guarantee is going to happen to you. Well, at least it's more common to happen if you don't follow these best practices. And that is to really study the trend analysis. I told you going through all of that. The time of day, it usually doesn't make sense, at least for my marketplace. Again, our premise here is that we are a team. I'm just one person. You got to do the market research. But for me, I kind of knew that, like 10 a.m., it's kind of the in-between window that usually it's slow, and it was. So if I continue to ignore that trend analysis, especially on a weekday, which it is at the time of filming this, then it doesn't make sense to get out there and drive. It's not statistically, really, it's not the best time and or day to drive. Now, keep in mind, these are just 2 things. And I tell you that the stuff, most all of these apps in the gig economy, it's not necessarily hard. But that's what kind of makes them hard, because there is these little things, these problems that, you don't think it's a big issue. Like, I know how to pick up from a place and then drop it off to, A to B. It's really easy. But you're gonna have things like this happen. So I do invite you to join the team here and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Shout outs to you if you have subscribed on our journey here to 100,000. But it's my job to help you make money in different side hustles, the whole gambit of most every app and niche out there. So follow the best practices, learn from this mini shift, and also know that sometimes it is okay to end your shift early. If you have things like this happen, or just bad luck, or you're just not feeling it, it is okay to end the shift early. So I hope you got a value in this video. If you did, again, can you definitely drop a like, and you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.